Hi everybody, welcome back to Cody's Tractor Ranch. Before we get into today's video, I'd like for you to take a few seconds to click that subscribe button and bell notification down below. Alright, let's get into this. So today we will be making a new mounting bracket for my 1025R's toolbox. And the reason for that being is I just recently had her at the dealer and I had her installed with a Power Beyond because I had just purchased the 260B backhoe attachment. And they could not relocate my toolbox without having a relocation bracket, so I had to figure out a way to make one. And so that's what we're going to be doing today, is making a new bracket for the toolbox to mount to, so that we can rotate it from where it was on behind the tractor, which I will show you in a minute, to where it will be sitting afterwards. And I'll go ahead and show. So, all right. So here we have the 260B backhoe, which I had just gotten her back with the tractor just this last week. And so, as you can see, I've already gotten it a little bit dirty from playing outside. But right here we have the toolbox for the tractor. And so it was originally sitting right back here on the tractor. So what we're going to be doing is rotating it just around to the right side a little bit, and with the new bracket that we'll be making. And so we will go ahead and I will take you back and show you what we will be doing. So as you can see, we have our old bracket from the tractor that the toolbox originally sat on behind. The ROPS, or roll bar as they're known. So what we have is I've put them on a 3" by 48" flat steel, which I picked this up along with some more other steel at Rural King the other day with my dad. And so we're going to be taking our metal scribe tool and making a line to mark off where I'll need to cut this down. And then we'll take our center punch right here and we're going to punch holes, or punch in, let me rephrase that, not punch holes, but we're going to use the center punch to mark where we will be drilling our holes. Sorry, I totally got tongue-tied and mixed up there. So I'm going to take my clamp and actually clamp this down once I've got it good and center after I've checked. And then I'll just clamp this down to my workbench, so that way I don't risk it moving when I go to mark. So we're going to take off our rubber protective piece here from the scribe tool and go ahead and mark right where we're going to be using the reciprocating saw to cut. And yeah, this one's kind of rusted, as you can see a bit, just from being out in the weather. And so But after everything is said and done, after all the drilling, and we're also going to do a little bit of welding, after all that's done, what we will be doing then is we're going to weld this little plate that will cut to the angle iron that I had over on my lawnmower. And then afterwards we will be spray painting it black to match the current paint of the ROPS, or roll bar as I call it, just like with the original bracket. So we'll go ahead and cut this, and then I will do my center punch after I've made sure that this is even. So I'm going to release my clamp, move this. Because I don't want to do my center punch just yet till I know for sure I've got this even length. Last thing I want to do is goof and do that too soon. So here we go. We'll move right on down here to the vice clamp, and we're going to go ahead and clamp it in here. Down just a little bit so I don't hit the fridge. Okay, first piece cut. We're just slightly angled, but that isn't going to hurt. So I'll go ahead and move the camera over here. The sanding disc we can use for getting this cleaned up for paint to here and weld good, but we're going to go ahead and turn the bench grinder on and use it to go ahead and clean off these edges real good. All right. Checking with the glove. If the glove catches on this, I know there's some edges, but so far it feels fine. Okie dokie. Now let's go ahead and bring it back over and recheck. Make sure everything's even. Okay. It looks like we pretty well got it right. So it's going to sit good on, toolbox will sit good on it. So now we'll go ahead and reclamp again. and use our center punch and our hammer. Fun part is finding the center exactly for these though. Go. Yeah, I know, that's kind of loud. Alright. Now we'll go ahead and remove the clamp and the plate again. They're small, but we've got our punched right there. And then we've got it punched right here in front of my finger. I don't know how well it'll see it, but... So now we'll go to our drill. And actually this is a new setup I made for this from the original base. Alright. Now in just a minute. Okay. I think we got it lined up right. Go ahead and put a little oil out. There. Alright. Okay, so I just finished drilling the other hole, and I went ahead and put the old bracket on to compare the holes, and they lined up perfectly with each other. So now our next step is we're going to cut our angle iron. Sorry, I had to stop and think which I was going to do. Cut it out, and from what I measured the other day, and I'm going to check it again, I'll take you over and we'll have a look. So I'm thinking if we go out about a foot from this hole down here, here you can see it, and then I think we come out a foot there, or I can go up to the one right here. That'll help pull it out to where the toolbox can actually sit a foot out from the roll bar, about maybe 8 inches away, or not 8 inches, but 10 inches away, I should say. So the fun part is just figuring out if I want to go to the lower one or this one here. So let's grab it and try and have a look. So I'll set this as best I can. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get it down to where it would sit level. Because I don't want it to brush against the plastic right down in here behind this part. So it's just trying to find where it would sit real good and not rub against too well. So what we're going to do is I'll go ahead and we'll drill our hole. Hopefully I can stick a bolt through that and that can help hold it for us for doing the next part. So bear with me. Okay, as you can see, we've got our hole drilled. I've got a bolt through to hold it so that we can measure it again and see exactly how far out we want that toolbox. Really, we want it to be able to clear the light when opening, which I think it will right here. So let me grab my little scrub tool. Pull it back just a little more to make the So now that we've marked, let's go ahead and double check. Alright, it's looking good. Looks like we're good. Okie dokie. Yep, check once more, we're good. And then now let's grab our other flat steel bar that we're going to be using to make our support bracket, a support arm. Alright, there we go. Now we'll put that other plate back on so we can see exactly how we're looking. But Obviously that's going to be the new mark. And then that marks there. Now I need to move this clamp a little bit so I can get to my hole and mark it. Alright, we got the hole marked, so we'll go back and get this drill. Okay, so anyway, we got these two done and made. I've got my holes drilled and they're cut, ready to be painted. And over here, as you can see, we're getting ready to weld our piece of flat steel, the wider one here, for the toolbox to sit on. And I've already got my holes drilled in it, and I've got everything clamped down, as you can see, so that I can get it welded on there. So I'm going to turn the GoPro, or actually I'm going to stop recording for a little bit while I weld due to the slag going different places. So and then we'll catch back up when I get all that done. Alright, and we're back, everybody. We just finished welding, as you can see. I went ahead and did the undersides. And I'll show you, I did the top here at the end on each side, and I did the back as well. So for now, we're just going to let this cool. Then we'll clean the slag off the welds and kind of make it look a little bit smoother with a little bit of grinding, and she'll be ready to paint here in a little bit. So stay tuned, or see you in a bit, I mean. Alright, so it's the next day, everyone. I ran out of time last night, but we did get some other stuff done, and I'm about to show you we did get the painting done. So today we're going to be working on the assembly. And so last night I forgot to go ahead and record some of the painting, but I'll go ahead and show you how it turned out. So, as you can see, put a black glossy metal finish, paint finish on it, so that it'll make it nice and shiny. At least before we get out of the weather anyway, for dust later on, but this will make it look really nice for quite a while. And we did it on both sides of each, and the front and back of this. And we used a little piece of leftover material as a from another project a while back to catch the paint as it dripped off. So yeah, I'll get the camera set up and then we'll get right into it. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and fit this in, this piece right here, and get it put on. So insert the bolt down here. Take a couple of our washers. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten this up. And we're using a 1/2 inch socket and wrench to do this. There it is. Alright, we'll just get that snugged up good for now. And next, we're going to do our little support brackets. There it is. Alrighty. And we'll snug these up real quick. All right, now the rest of these. And we'll go ahead and take our washers as spacers. Slide this in. All right, sorry about that, I had to find them real quick. Now we'll go ahead and set these on this side. So I might need one less washer here. Okay. All right. Now, let's try putting our toolbox on. Make sure our holes line up, and yep. Okay, now we're going to adjust the length of our socket. As you can see, we've got our toolbox back. And we cleared the plastic underneath real good. So, well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you like, please leave a comment below. Hit that thumbs up. And as always, have a good day and may God bless you all.